Right. And we have another question. Mm-hmm. What do you do to prepare for gigs? Especially, for example, something with Kitaro.
Okay. Well, I was rehearsing with Kitaro to do a tour with him. He's this new age guy. That didn't kind of pan out the way I'd liked. It was just a bit of an oil and water mix. My approach to music was very different from his. But that was an interesting, actually, it's funny you bring that up. Like, the way I prepared for his gig would be the way I prepare for every other gig, but it wasn't the proper way to prepare for his gig, if that makes sense. What he wanted was someone to learn the record verbatim and play everything 100% upon walking in, and then if you're allowed any freedoms, then to, do that. I don't really work that way. I kind of approached it like a rock band, where I learned the material and kind of tried to bring my thing to it, which he didn't want, which that's fine. It worked out the way it did. But usually what I'll do first is I'll listen to the material a lot, put it in my iPod, make sure I know the songs. Before I try to chart them out or before I try to play them, I just listen to them a lot so you get used to them. Because I find if you're trying to learn a tune while writing it out, I'll write out charts, but I find if I stick to charts too much, I never actually learn the tune, rely on them too much. And I've really fallen on my face on gigs that way too, that trial by fire, like, yeah, I know the material, yeah, I'm cool, and then you get up there and you're like, I don't have my chart, or, if you're doing a rock gig, you don't want to stand there with a chart on stage.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you try to be sneaky and have the chart on the floor and the stage lights are such that you can't see them. If you're ever going to have charts on the floor on a stage, Sharpie big black marker. Pencil. Doesn't work. I've tried that. So it really comes down to me, it's like memorizing the tunes, just really making sure you know the songs by themselves ahead of time. And not leaving it to chance. Because in the heat of the gig, I panic, and I'll just go for the wrong chord. And I've had my ass handed to me for doing that. Like, yeah, I know this stuff, and when you don't. So it's a matter of just really, like I said, memorizing the stuff. And in terms of the Kitaro thing, it was one thing I learned really from that is if you're going to do like a professional gig or any kind of gig, you ask them now. And I'll ask this time, what exactly do you expect from me? Do you want me to be me and kind of learn the stuff and put my input into it, or do you want, sort of like a karaoke version? Which I know is a little subtext there, but you know what I'm saying? It's or do you want me to play exactly what's everything's on the record? And that is a much bigger commitment on your part, on the player's part, because that's a lot of work, learning those solos and whether you know what I'm saying, like, if then someone plays very differently than you, it's it's a lot to take in. So I would ask that question first. What exactly do you want from me? If you're doing cover tunes, like, is it a verbatim cover band or is it a loose cover band? I can't do the verbatim thing.
Yeah, that is an excellent question to ask.
Yeah.